This is the Suplex Assassin, Alex Kane, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Quick!
And we are wrestling with Money in the Bank 2021 preview. It's this Sunday, so tomorrow. And if you're smart, how are you going to listen to it?
You listen to it on the remix because we're not sure how much longer the remix is going to be around. So listen while you can. It's of vital importance. If you don't listen, I will die. Literally. Listener amounts is hooked up to my heart monitor.
So, no listeners, Scooter Dust dies again? I mean, you've died a couple times on this show.
That's because I'm the Loki of Wrestling with Entertainment. And I am burdened with glorious purpose.
Now, before we start, Baron Corbin has a GoFundMe. Do we want to promote that?
I mean, the man's trying to buy ramen, so...
Let's get into the first match. AJ Styles and Omos versus the Viking Raiders for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Who wins, Scooter?
Oh my god! Oh, such a thrilling match. Adrian Omos. Edward James Omos, yes.
Yeah, I agree with that. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE Raw Women's Championship.
I mean, this is gonna have to be this has to be the final, the final match between these two for, at least, 10 minutes. So, yeah, I want to say, I really want to say Ripley retains, but I have a weird feeling it's gonna be Charlotte.
I kind of feel the same way. I don't think it's time to give Rhea Ripley that champion, that win against Charlotte. I think that's something you kind of have to build to.
But then when do you give it? When is she worthy of getting it though?
Well, right now I don't feel like Rhea is the champion. I feel like she's just a placeholder until whoever wins this Money in the Bank and cashes in, that's going to be our champion. And I think
I mean,
or just waiting for Becky to come back at this point. And if Rhea
unless we're
does
waiting for the diarrhea chance.
what?
Unless we're waiting for the diarrhea die chance.
Uh, no, that's a different show. Uh, I feel if Rhea does win, it's going to be some smart finish that's just going to be, to get her to the next transition. But I do feel that Becky, whoever is going to hold that belt, is just a placeholder for Becky at this point for a possible SummerSlam match. Next match, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus the Usos for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Is this the first time we've ever had a
That's on the
father and
kickoff show.
son versus two brothers?
Uh, uh, mm, you can probably find Wyndham's at some point. Also, I believe this is the kickoff show match.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you're right.
Um, I mean, it's Dominic's first real like title defense in front of the crowd, so
Very
this
true.
probably should have had more to it. I mean, this is not the first time Ray and Dominic have faced the Usos in the tag team match. So,
Next match.
but
Yeah,
yeah, Ray and Dominic are the same regardless.
I agree with that. Next up, we got Roman Reigns versus Edge for the Universal Championship. Who wins, Scooter?
Hmm. Given that they're really hammering a Seth Rollins Edge feud, I'm going with Roman.
Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship.
Bobby.
Uh, my heart's telling me Kofi, but my head's telling me Bobby. Now,
And given everything, it's got it.
we now for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Asuka, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Nikki, Almost a Hero, Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, Natalia, and Tamina. Who wins, Scooter?
First of all, it's Nikki Ash, almost a superhero. Uh, there are two clear standouts here, maybe three. One, and I think all three have a chance of winning, but it's unlikely for. First is Liv Morgan. Um,
Really? You think Liv has an opportunity to actually win this?
now, now, I'm not I'm not saying that they're just pushing Liv in such a way that it seems plausible. Uh, Second is Asuka, and if Becky returns in any way, it'll be because of this. Um, my main pick, I gotta say, it's Alexa.
Well, I see Alexa getting up there and just having her fingertips on it, and then the Fiend appears.
See, I see that with Asuka, and then I see Becky.
I mean, both can be true, can it?
Yeah, both could be true. I mean, that'd be a hell of a double hope spot. But
But I mean, in the sense of Alexa Bliss, Oh, the Fiend isn't going to climb the ladder and take the briefcase. Becca,
No.
Becca, Becky can actually come into the match and win it.
Yeah, that is true.
My three picks would be Asuka, Nikki Ash, and Zelina Vega, honestly. But I'm kind of leaning more. Asuka won it last year, so odds are they're not going to give it to her again. Uh, Nikki, it kind of seems like they're going with Nikki. She had like multiple wins over um Rhea and Charlotte. She's a superhero now, or almost a superhero. And why not try and pull that trigger? Zelina Vega just came back, and they could do something with her. It seemed like they was doing something with her before they fired her the first time. But I feel if they don't announce Becky and we're just going with who is in this match, I'm going with Nikki. My second pick, Zelina. Scooter, who's your first pick and who's your second?
Uh, it's I'm going with Alexa or Liv.
Alright. Next match, the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Ricochet, John Morrison, or Johnny Drip Drip, Riddle, Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kevin Owens, King Nakamura, and Seth Rollins.
Did you just say King Macklemore?
No, not King McLemore, King Nakamura.
What? 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 What?
Da 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 da. So first and
Uh,
foremost, this entire field, Tim, I believe Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre are probably the two biggest names in there.
yeah. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, probably.
So who are you going with, Scooter?
Honestly, going with I'm going with Big E.
Hmm. Not even a second pick, just Big E.
Uh, the second pick is Drew. That's the only way Drew's getting back in the title picture here. But I really think it's Big E.
Now you see, I feel like Drew is now in a rivalry with Jinder Mahal, so his time is kind of preoccupied right now.
I mean, it, if Shanky wants to pull up a sliced non number 2,
There was three guys I had my eyes on, and that was Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Nakamura. Uh, Kevin Owens hasn't had something worth his time since maybe January, and God forbid he has won a championship in forever. So I would think, give him a nod for the first time again. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Naka, Naka,
Yeah, yeah, I could understand that.
Nakamura has kind of had a bit of a hot streak on his hands. I mean, he became king of the ring. He got a new car. He got a new house. Life is good for Nakamura since he's been joined by Booms. Spoons?
Rick Boobs.
Rick Booms.
Boobs. You ever Nature Boy Rick Boobs?
Yes. So, and are we being joined by the leader of Squaw Squad?
I am here.
Hey,
Better late than never.
Oh my gosh, so late.
seems like you've been late to everything.
But I couldn't do the watch along, me driving. I couldn't drive and watch it. I would have been overly fucked. like, okay, give me that much.
You're good, but you're not that good.
Yeah, I'm not even that good. Come on, man. Trust me, I sell myself hella short.
We're talking the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Your thoughts, Kaliko?
It's It's an interesting mix. I think everybody's thinking Riddle, man. I've seen people say that they'll riot if Riddle won. I think it would be interesting to see how that would work. Because Riddle's the type of person that could get goaded by Randy Orton to give him the briefcase. And it's not like, I mean, Randy Orton's off anyway, so I think it would be a good, like, yo, give it to me type. But, we'll see how it goes. I just think that would be different. I mean, it can't get no worse than last year, when Otis won it and he ended up losing it in court, which is...
No, I mean, technically, he was ordered to defend it.
Yes, he was ordered to defend it in court. Like, think about that. Like,
Law and Otis.
yeah, so, I mean... Which was weird, because I thought that they would have been the one to cash it in on the tag championships to kind of make it more of a, you can use any title barrier. But, who knows? And then Seth brought in that little nugget that he could win it.
I mean, he's won it before, and he doesn't really need it at this point.
He doesn't, but it would only make sense in regards that whoever Roman loses to loses it immediately to Seth. That's the only way it would make sense to get heat. But I would think if whenever Roman loses the belt, it would be a long ass program. So that's the only reason I would count him out.
Well, Riddle was my main pick because Randy Orton could manipulate him and either giving him the champion, either giving him the briefcase or giving him the championship altogether.
True, but the only reason I can see that happening is if Riddle beats Lashley down. Because it would make sense with the story arc of Riddle and Lashley. He pretty much beefed fucking all of last year into early this year.
Very true.
So then that would make more sense. Or Riddle tries to cash in, Randy Orton fucks it up. And then that could be a thing. So... But keep in mind, the only reason they gave Riddle the belt was because they didn't know why. He was just last resort. The U.S. title, that is.
All right, Scooter, who's your top 2 picks?
Still would pick Riddle, though.
Scooter, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Who's your top 2 picks?
Mine or Kaliko's?
If it's me, Riddle and Seth.
Riddle and Seth.
And the only reason I say Seth is because it's kind of hard to finagle him back into the title picture right now unless the threat of the briefcase is there, right?
Right.
That's the only reason, but I don't see it happening. But he's got a better shot than Kevin Owens. So
I don't know about that. I feel like Owens has a shot. I think he has a better shot than maybe a Ricochet.
Owens doesn't have a good shot because he already done went through a program with Roman for the title. To me, that I don't know. It's only so many people that they can get back in, and Seth literally just got back for like 4 or 5 months, and usually when he comes back, he's either mid card or upper echelon. So that's why I say Seth, just in that regard. So that's my Raw and SmackDown top 2.
What about you, Scooter? Maybe you said it and I just can hear it.
Big E or Big E and Drew.
Ooh, Big E. Ooh, damn it! I totally forgot about Drew. Drew, yeah, Drew would be interesting in the sense that if he wins it, that is good. That's a good pick, bro. Because if Drew wins it and he can't cash it in on Lashley due to the fact that Lashley's still champion, that's different. That's good. That's a different vibe.
Well, he could kind of take revenge on Roman Reigns for his loss at Survivor Series.
True, but it would have to be that would be an overhaul. But I don't think it would overhaul the money because usually the Money in the Bank has that Money in the Bank winner ever switched brands?
Yeah, CM Punk.
Miz. That's the only one I can think of. Miz. Yeah, Miz. Miz and Punk. Edge. Miz, Edge, Punk. Okay.
Who else?
Yeah.
But
Punk was definitely a brand switcher.
Miz. I remember Miz because he was SmackDown. Then he went to Raw.
I don't feel like that's right because that's when they did Raw
Yeah.
and SmackDown briefcases. I'm trying to think. Edge was definitely Raw, and then he went to SmackDown when he cashed in on Undertaker. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. And
Yeah, Drew. Yeah, that was the only way he would win is if that's the case. But if Big E wins the briefcase, then Drew would have to stay on Raw because Big E would be trying to dethrone Roman unless he tries to go to Raw and dethrone Lashley, which is a variable. See, those are two good picks. I give them that. Solid ass picks.
I'm going with and my first pick for sure is Riddle. I think that this might be his to win. And my second, more of a sentimental pick, Nakamura. And those are my 2 picks. Now,
Nakamura?
what about the women's Money in the Bank, Kaliko? Who you got on that?
Whew, that's a bigger cluster than anything.
You need me to go down the participants?
I do know. I know it's Liv.
Asuka, Naomi,
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss, Nikki Ash, Liv Morgan,
No.
Zelina Vega, Natalya, and Tamina.
Tamina? What? Jesus Christ. That is a... Well, it's not going to be Asuka. It's not going to be Bliss. For Raw, I would bet, because Rhea's the champ, I wouldn't be surprised if Nikki Ash won.
Thank you. That was my pick as well.
Because the only reason I even throw that in there is because of the simple fact that it's Charlotte and Ripley. So it would make sense for Charlotte to beat Ripley and Ash cash in.
That's an interesting dynamic. Do you think that we're going to see a cash in on the night of Money in the Bank?
I wouldn't be surprised considering it's the first pay-per-view back. With the live crowd, to send somebody going home, I mean, they've done it before. I mean, Kane did it. Ambrose did it.
Bailey did it.
So, Bailey did it. Yeah, so it's not surprising. But it's not where it's something out of the ordinary, right? It's rare in the sense that it's only a handful of times, but when it happens, people still jump like ape shit for it. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Very true.
On the women's side, the men's side, hell no, I don't see it on the men's side, but the women's side for sure.
All right.
And it would only have to be Raw because I don't see Bianca get cashed in on. Yet.
Considering who's in the match, I agree with that. Alright. Once again, if you're smart, how should you listen to it, Scooter?
On the remix.
And that will conclude our coverage of Money in the Bank and this episode in its entirety. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, put on YouTube and Castbox. Join us this Wednesday as I interview Anthony Idol. Of course, this episode was sponsored by Rogue Energy. Use promo code WRESTLINGWITHE for 10% off your next purchase. And follow the show on social media at Wrestling with E, both on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find us individually as well. I am at James Shane 993. Where can they find Coleco?
You can join me on my quest to be on time for this show at I Am Coleco.
And where can they find Scooter?
As always, you can find me on Twitter at ScooterDust. And as always, me and Rico Constantino Jr., along with the rest of the Smoking Dragons, Smoking Dragons.
For the very late Coleco Yachts, Scooter Dust, I'm James Shea, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
No, I didn't even know we died.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.